Welcome to my bold and beautiful today's show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribes button and give this video thumbs up. Brooke missing, Carter obsessed, Eric's surprise. The bold and the beautiful are here. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Eric Forrester and Ridge Forrester to be excited as the fashion show gets underway. Meanwhile, everyone gets concerned when Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes disappear. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. Eric Forrester's magic. At the fashion show, Eric has promised that there will be a little magic and a little mystery. Eric and Brooke have something special planned. It's something that is supposed to be unveiled during the fashion show. Eric and Brooke's surprise is going to hit a complication, though. Read more. Find out what happened on the last episode of B&B. Brooke Logan is not here while Eric is hoping that the showstopper will turn heads. He has a problem. Brooke is due to emerge, but she is nowhere to be found. Brooke doesn't just vanish, especially at an important event like this. There is also the surprise, which Eric and Brooke hope will convince Ridge to reconsider his life choices. Finding Taylor Hayes. Tomorrow's spoilers for the bold and the beautiful reveal that Brooke won't be the only one missing. Steffi Forrester Finnegan is concerned because Taylor has also left. Of course, this hiccup will force Eric to do some damage control and quick thinking. At some point, Taylor and Brooke are found. In fact, expect Brooke to accuse Taylor of locking her in there on purpose. Taylor will undoubtedly deny it and assert that it was an accident. Brooke could reason that Taylor's constant interference in business is now costing them money. Not to mention causing some embarrassment not just on Brooke's part but on Forrester Creations as well. Must read, The Bold and the Beautiful. Scott Clifton honestly addresses Liam's brain tumor twist and spills Liam's fate. What else to expect? Fans also might see Carter Walton to continue thinking about Hope Logan. While Carter got his job back, he can't get Hope off of his mind. Despite Hope's actions, Carter may want her to be a part of the fashion show's excitement. The Forresters then took Carter back but informed him that they would not accept Hope. At the time, they were talking about business. Brooke rages over Taylor ruining Showstopper. The Bold and the Beautiful reveal that Brooke Logan will rage over Taylor Hayes ruining the Showstopper surprise she planned for Ridge Forrester. Katie Logan will also search for her sister when she realizes Brooke's missing the climax of the fashion show. After Taylor confronted Brooke in the dressing room, she made the mistake of shutting the door and trapping them together. Security measures were in place to keep the dresses safe, but now Brooke and Taylor are the ones locked up tight. Since Brooke was planning on wearing the showstopper and delighting Ridge in the process, she'll fume over Taylor derailing her plans. Taylor didn't mean to trap them like this, but Brooke will still blame her rival since she repeatedly warned Taylor that she didn't belong backstage. Even though Brooke may continue to scream for assistance and bang on the door, the fun with fashion is making a lot of noise right now. Brooke's resentment toward Taylor will grow as a result of her inability to attract anyone's attention. This showdown will really get out of hand and bring some wild scenes, so stay tuned for updates on all Taylor and Brooke's drama. In the meantime, B&B spoilers say Katie will freak out over Brooke going missing, so she'll end up on a frantic search to find her. Will Spencer and Electra Forrester will help Katie as she goes on the hunt for Brooke, so a search party will get underway. Although Taylor and Brooke will be rescued sooner or later, that won't stop Brooke's fury in the aftermath. Brooke may rip into Taylor in front of Ridge, so he seems poised to land in the middle of their escalating hostility. Taylor has already been getting under Brooke's skin with all her predictions about Ridge and their bright future as a couple. This derailed showstopper situation will rile Brooke up even more, so don't miss her continued outbursts. According to The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge will have trouble controlling all of the conflict. Ridge never loved Brooke for this reason. Is this all part of their epic love story or is this just part of her imagination? The Bold and the Beautiful's Ridge never loved Brooke for this reason. When it comes to Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester, a lot of The Bold and the Beautiful fans can't help but wonder about that. Because truth be told, it was never love at first sight. Brooke might have always been in love with Ridge, but he was with another woman while she pursued him. Not only that, but this is the same man who has never told her that he loves her and it's been years now. As you can imagine, B&B fans had a lot to say about the matter on social media. They always act like Ridge loved Brooke from the moment they saw each other, according to some, even. Brooke was the only one who was infatuated with Ridge from the start. They do have a long history, but when they first met, Ridge hardly paid attention to her. He was involved with the first Caroline at that time. Another fan wrote, "Yeah, it's ridiculous that after 40 years she's still acting like they're meant to be together. If they were really each other's destiny and meant to be together, they wouldn't have gotten divorced as many times as they did." The bold and the beautiful spoilers. What's next for Brooke and Ridge? They never would have cheated on one another. Ridge wouldn't be waffling between her and Taylor. And then there was this comment as well. What I always found cringy in the beginning was how Brooke would say "I love you" to Ridge, and he would never say it back. That is until she made him say it back to her by the Forrester pool one night. "Oh, Brooke, you are so lovely and sweet. Why do you insist on chasing after this insensitive doofus? Nick can't get here fast enough if you ask me." Brooke's showstopper vanishes, and so does she. What happened on B&B? The pressure was high at Forrester Creations as Ridge, Eric and the entire team geared up for the return of couture. Ridge reviewed dresses while Eric made last-minute adjustments. Excitement buzzed behind the scenes, and Katie cheered everyone on before the show kicked off. Eric had something sneaky up his sleeve. He whispered to Brooke that Ridge had no clue about their surprise. Find out what you must watch next on B&B. VIPs. Steffi welcomed Christine Cricket Blair from Genoa City, while Katie questioned why Taylor was on the guest list. Out front, Carter complimented Daphne on the idea of letting guests sample the perfume. She returned the favor and hinted she was more than happy to have his full attention. Backstage, Christine chatted with Ridge and Eric about the showstopper. When Taylor showed up to surprise Ridge, the two shared a kiss, much to Brooke's disgust. Steffi and the Forrester family were supported by Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag from the Hills. Heidi praised Ridge and Taylor's reunion. Carter was persuaded by Daphne to abandon hope and concentrate on the future with her elsewhere. Today's B&B key moments. Drama. The backstage crew teased Charlie into thinking he'd lost a dress. Eric gave a moving speech in which he thanked everyone for their efforts. Ridge credited his father for inspiring greatness and gave Carter props for boosting the company's global reach. Ridge's words moved Taylor, but she was less impressed with his continued use of Logan when discussing Brooke. Taylor and Brooke faced off. Taylor smiled, but Brooke wasn't buying it. She made it abundantly clear that Taylor did not belong on Ridge's set or in his world. Eric stepped in before it got out of hand, but tensions stayed high. Stopping the show as the show began, Ridge hyped the crowd and praised Carter for the fragrances. But behind the scenes, things went south fast. Brooke was getting ready to don the reworked showpiece. Donna gushed about how proud she was of Eric and how Taylor needed a reality check. Eric reaffirmed Brooke's place in his heart, saying she'd always be his Logan. But when Brooke found herself alone, Taylor confronted her again. Brooke was trapped in a locked room at the conclusion of their argument, banging on the door as the call for the showstopper rang out, but no one was able to locate her. Brooke and Nick's reunion is revealed in an exclusive sneak peek by Catherine Kelly Lang. The Bold and the Beautiful and updates reveal that Catherine Kelly Lang has just given us a sneak peek of the reunion between Brooke and Nick Marohn. This thrilling comeback is definitely worthy of discussion, as Ridge Forrester is a formidable rival. The show is bringing back Jack Wagner as Nick Marohn. Fans are buzzing with excitement as the CBS soap prepares to welcome back Wagner in the role of Nick Marohn. Nick will return to the screen on June 13th, ready to rekindle a romance with Brooke. According to spoilers from B&B, their reunion will help Brooke navigate her recent heartbreak with Ridge, leading her to reconsider whether Ridge was truly her fate. With Nick's return on the horizon, fans can't wait to catch a glimpse of the rekindled connection between Nick and Brooke. Nick is Massimo Marohne's other son, making him Ridge's half-brother for new viewers. Stephanie Forrester had an affair with Massimo, and Ridge was born as a result. Wagner ran into Lang while he was working out at a nearby gym. Catherine Kelly Lang recently shared an adorable moment after unexpectedly running into Jack Wagner at the gym. In a lively Instagram story, she posted a snapshot of herself in workout gear alongside Wagner. "I bumped into this guy today at the gym. "I couldn't help but chat Jack Wagner official's ears off while he was exercising," Lang shared, adding a laughter-crying emoji. She also expressed her joy in reconnecting by saying it was fun to be working together again and tagged the photo with Brooke and Nick. Even though they weren't in costume or on the set, it was heartwarming to see the pair together after all this time. Lang is excited about the upcoming Brick storyline arc. Jack Wagner's return as Nick seems to be a big deal to Catherine Kelly Lang, but how long will this reunion last? When Nick and Brooke reunite, Ridge is likely to be envious, which may lead him to pursue Brooke and abandon Taylor Hayes. It's possible that Ridge will start to speculate about his own reunion with Brooke. Brooke and Ridge may never completely move on from their past, but she is definitely preparing for at least a brief new beginning with Nick. According to upcoming spoilers for the CBS soap, Brooke will be updating her perspective, setting the stage for some thrilling romantic developments in the future. Surprises and secrets at the Forrester fashion show. This one's a big deal because the Forresters are back in action. They also launched their new luxury brand, House of Forrester. Of course, this show had its share of secrets and surprises. Tune in to this exciting episode to see what happens next. Surprise appearances. A fashion show isn't without some surprise appearances. Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt publicly supported Steffi. Heidi had to support Steffi after all the drama she went through lately. Spencer, on the other hand, was only there to investigate the brand new luxury jewelry. Maybe he'll get some bling for his wife. That wasn't the only surprise that took place backstage. Taylor was added to the guest list. Katie had no idea about this last-minute change. Steffi invited her mother since she was Ridge's +1. Naturally, chaos broke out behind the scenes as well. Find out what B&B shows you should watch next. Behind closed doors. Taylor nearly stumbled into the models and clothing racks. She felt out of place even though she had been invited. Brooke confronted Taylor about it. She wanted to know why the world-renowned psychiatrist wasn't helping her patients. Taylor reminded Brooke that she's part of the family and has every right to be there. But was she sure about that? Meanwhile, Brooke and Eric were up to something. They had a secret in store for the Showstopper. Before the fashion show started, Eric and Ridge had a few words to share with their guests. Shockingly, they also commended Carter for his hard work, despite stealing the company from them months ago. Now for the final act. Finally, the House of Forrester was in full swing. The fashion show had been a success so far. But Taylor was determined to ruin Brooke's moment. She realized that she didn't feel welcome. Taylor reminded Brooke that Ridge chose her. Brooke wanted Taylor to know that she was only his second choice. Taylor locked the door from the outside, and they were trapped together. As the House of Forrester unveils its latest couture collection, the elegant setting is anything but serene. With Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes at the center of it all, what should have been a celebration of creativity and unity turns into a powder keg of miscommunication and ego, once more showing viewers that some feuds never truly die. Eric Forrester, still a lion in winter, had orchestrated what he called a magical mystery to dazzle the guests and, perhaps more importantly, to awaken something long dormant in his son Ridge's heart. Alongside Brooke, Eric had planned a showstopper, both in fashion and in flair, a final, spectacular dress to close the show, worn by Brooke herself, aimed at rekindling Ridge's affections and reminding him of the timeless connection they once shared. However, magic frequently comes with a price, particularly in the Forrester Creations universe. Moments before the crescendo, the curtain's big reveal is interrupted by a stunning absence. Brooke Logan is missing. As Taylor's sudden and noticeable presence backstage already has Ridge too preoccupied, the panic spreads like wildfire, whispers fly through the halls, and eyes dart toward Ridge. Steffi feels uneasy right away because she is concerned that her mother's presence at such a high-profile event, especially close to Ridge and Brooke, could lead to disaster. Katie Logan is among the first to sense that something has gone very wrong, especially when she discovers that not only is Brooke nowhere to be found, but Taylor has vanished as well. With the show in full swing and the final act hanging in the balance, Eric scrambles to improvising damage control while simultaneously trying to maintain the illusion of perfection for the prestigious VIP guests, including Cricket Blair from Genoa City and reality TV royalty Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. However, a completely different kind of drama is taking place behind closed doors, one that no fashion designer, no matter how creative, could have foreseen, while guests sip champagne and marvel at the latest fashions. Trapped inside a secured storage room meant to protect the dresses, Brooke and Taylor are caught in a standoff decades in the making. What started out as a heated discussion about boundaries and proper conduct on stage quickly turned into the all-too-common tug-of-war. Taylor, having confronted Brooke about her manipulative motives, makes a critical mistake, shutting the door behind them, inadvertently activating the high-tech security lock and trapping them both inside. Though Taylor insists it was accidental, Brooke sees it as sabotage. She bangs on the door and screams for help, her fury growing by the second as the fashion show progresses without the planned climax. Her voice echoes off the cold, fashionable walls. Brooke accuses Taylor of once again inserting herself into Ridge's world, interfering with business, and now literally locking her away from her own spotlight. Brooke's fury is only fueled by Taylor's lack of remorse, despite her assertion that it was an honest error. Previously muddled and occasionally softened over time, the battle lines have been boldly redrawn in lipstick red and blood deep. Brooke doesn't hold back, accusing Taylor not only of ruining the show but of trying to steal her life. Taylor retaliates, arguing that Brooke's perpetual need to center herself, whether in fashion, family, or romance, is exhausting, toxic, and delusional. Their bickering escalates into a full-on verbal brawl, so loud and chaotic that it nearly drowns out the cheers from the runway. Meanwhile, Ridge senses that something is off. He repeatedly glances behind the curtain, clearly concerned that Brooke hasn't appeared in her finale gown. As Katie, Will Spencer, and a surprisingly concerned Electra Forrester launch a search party, the truth begins to unravel. Despite the fact that it is evident that he is not entirely present, Carter Walton, who has been dealing with his own internal conflict regarding Hope Logan and his recent reinstatement at Forrester, tries to maintain focus. His eyes wander toward the back, his mind wandering even further, torn between the scent of success and the shadow of a woman he can't seem to forget. Daphne, a new romantic interest, flirts shamelessly, urging Carter to let go of the past, but Carter's haunted gaze lingers. Hope may not be present, but her ghost is. The missing showstopper becomes a metaphor for the missing pieces in everyone's lives. Eric, clearly upset but determined, makes the most of the chaos by giving a sincere speech that tries to cover up the tension that is getting worse. He commends Carter for his hard work despite past betrayals, nods to Ridge and Steffi, and celebrates the rebirth of the House of Forrester. Nevertheless, it is evident that he grieves for Brooke's absence and the possibility that the moment he and she worked so hard to create has been lost to a new dispute. When the search party finally locates the trapped rivals, the tension explodes. Brooke marches out in her incomplete ensemble, with her hair slightly tangled and her dignity still intact despite her red face and rage. She storms onto the backstage ramp and publicly scolds Taylor, accusing Taylor of masterminding a scheme to steal a scene and humiliate Taylor. The audience catches a glimpse of the fracas, enough to send whispers rippling through the crowd and raise a few perfectly arched eyebrows. Ridge is frozen and divided between the two women who have dominated his life for decades. No one is spared as Brooke lashes out in all directions, particularly Ridge, whom she accuses of always making the wrong choice by putting up with Taylor's incessant interruptions. Taylor, on the other hand, is not afraid to stand out. She defends herself coolly but passionately, stating that Ridge invited her, that Steffi wanted her there, and that she doesn't owe Brooke an apology for existing. In point of fact, Taylor scolds Brooke for treating Ridge like a possession, a prize to be won, as opposed to a person with free will. She claims that Brooke's sense of destiny is nothing more than denial in couture and describes the fashion show stunt as desperate. As Ridge watches the catfight unfold, his internal conflict reaches a boiling point. The man who once saw himself as the center of two women's love now finds himself buried beneath the wreckage of their war. Many of Ridge's admirers hold the belief that he never truly told Brooke that he loved her. Social media echoes with commentary. Brooke chased him for 40 years, but Ridge never chased her back. They wouldn't have broken up so many times if they were truly soulmates, in my opinion. Ridge never loved Brooke the way she loved him. These sentiments hang in the air like perfume. Subtle but powerful, shaping the narrative. And with Jack Wagner reprising his role as Nick Marone, Brooke is about to face a heart reckoning. As news breaks that Nick will return in June, fans buzz with excitement. A reunion and a second chance at a once hot and passionate love are teased by Catherine Kelly Lang. Nick, Ridge's half-brother, presents not just an alternative, but a reprieve. Where Ridge has wavered, Nick has often stood firm. Their chemistry, their past, and their unfinished business will collide with Ridge's possessive instincts, potentially leading to yet another chapter in this decades-long triangle. Brooke, tired of always being second-guessed, may finally realize that her destiny is not Ridge, but herself, perhaps with a different man by her side. Eric vows to never allow personal drama to take the place of business once the fashion show disaster is over. He makes it abundantly clear that the focus of Forrester Creations is on fashion, family,